I'm totally cool. So I'm totally gonna read like this today. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah. Totally reading. Don't know where I am, though. Ron was busy building a card castle, man. Out of exploding snaps. That's more interesting than with muggle cards, dude. 'Cause of the chance that the whole thing, man, could explode any second. Yee-hoo! All right. Okay. I'll read normal. Sheesh. It's Christmas, Hermione, Harry said lazily. He was rereading Flying with the Cannons for the 10th time in an armchair near the fire. Hermione looked severely over at him. I'd have thought you'd be doing something constructive, Harry, even if you don't want to learn your antidotes. Excuse me. Like what? Harry said as he watched Joey Jenkins. Oh, goodness. Of the Cannons belt a bludger toward a Bolly Castle bat's chaser. That egg, Hermione hissed. Come on, Hermione, I've got till February the 24th. But he had put the golden egg upstairs in his trunk. I don't know why I said but. He had put the golden egg upstairs in his trunk and hadn't opened it since the celebration party after the first task. There were still 2.5 months until he needed to know what all the screechy wailing meant. But it might take weeks to work it out, said Hermione. You're going to look like a real idiot if everyone else knows what the next task is and you don't. Leave me alone, Hermione. Oh, man. We're like 3 minutes in and I'm already messing things up. Leave him alone, Hermione. He's earned a bit of a break, said Ron. And he placed the last 2 cards on top of the castle and the whole lot blew up, singeing his eyebrows. Nice look, Ron. Go well with your dress robes, that will. It was Fred and George. They sat down at the table with Harry, Ron, and Hermione, as Ron felt how much damage had been done. Ron, can we borrow Pigwidgeon? George asked. No, he's off delivering a letter, said Ron. Why? Because George wants to invite him to the ball, said Fred sarcastically. Because we want to send a letter, you great prat, said George. Who do you two keep writing to, eh? Asked Ron. Nose out, Ron, or I'll burn that for you too, said Fred, waving his wand threateningly. So, you lot got dates for the ball yet? Nope, said Ron. Well, you'd better hurry up, mate, or all the good ones will be gone, said Fred. Who are you going with, then? He asked. Angelina, said Fred promptly, without a trace of embarrassment. What? Said Ron, taken aback. You've already asked her? Good point, said Fred. He turned his head and called across the common room. Oi, Angelina! Angelina, who had been chatting with Alicia. So Angelina, who had been chatting with Alicia Spinnet near the fire, looked over at him. What? She called back. Want to come with me to the ball? Angelina gave Fred an appraising sort of look. All right, then, she said, and she turned back to Alicia and carried on chatting, with a bit of a grin on her face. There you go, said Fred to Harry and Ron. Piece of cake. He got to his feet, yawning, and said, well, we better use the school owl then, George. Come on. And they left. Ron stopped feeling his eyebrows and looked across the smoldering wreck of his card castle at Harry. We should get a move on, you know. Ask someone? He's right. We don't want to end up without a... Oh, man. We don't want to end up with a pair of trolls. Hermione let out a sputter of indignation. A pair of what? Excuse me? Well, you know, said Ron, shrugging. I'd rather go alone than with Eloise Midgen, say? Her acne's loads better lately, and she's really nice. Her nose is off center, said Ron. Oh, I see, Hermione said, bristling. So, basically, you're going to take the best-looking girl who'll have you, then? And she's completely horrible? Even if she's completely horrible? Yeah, that sounds about right, said Ron. I'm going to bed, snapped Hermione, and she swept off towards the girls' staircase without another word. Oh, boy. Okay, so there's our break. It's a perfect place to stop. Read some more? Okay. Hey, you know what? No, I don't think I am going to read anymore. Oh, just kidding. Totally reading some more. The Hogwarts staff, demonstrating a continued desire to impress the visitors from Bowbuttons and Durmstrang, seemed determined to show the castle at its best this Christmas. When the decorations went up, Harry noticed that they were the most stunning he had ever seen inside the school. Everlasting icicles had been attached to the banisters of the marble staircase. The usual 12 Christmas trees in the Great Hall were bedecked with everything from luminous holly berries to real, hooting, golden owls. And the suits of armor had all been bewitched to sing carols whenever anyone passed them. It was quite something to hear, "O come all ye faithful," sung by an empty helmet that only knew half the words. Several times Filch the caretaker had to extract Peeves from inside the armor where he had taken to hiding, filling in the gaps in the songs with lyrics of his own invention, all of which were very rude. And still, Harry hadn't asked Cho to the ball. He and Ron were getting very nervous now, though, as Harry pointed out, Ron would look much less stupid than he would without a partner. Harry was supposed to be starting the dance with the other champions. I suppose there's always Moaning Myrtle, he said gloomily, referring to the ghost who haunted the girls' toilets on the second floor. Harry, we've just got to grit our teeth and do it, said Ron. on a Friday morning in a tone that suggested that they were planning the storming of an impregnable fortress. When we get back to the common room tonight, we'll both have partners. Agreed? Okay, said Harry. But every time he glimpsed at Cho that day, during break and then lunchtime, and once on the way to History of Magic, she was surrounded by friends. Didn't she ever go anywhere alone? Could he perhaps ambush her as she was going into a bathroom? No, she even seemed to go there with an escort of 4 or 5 girls. Yet if he didn't do it soon, she was bound to have been asked by someone else. He found it hard to concentrate on Snape's potions test and consequently forgot to add the key ingredient. Excuse me. A Bezoar. All right, man. All right, dude. It's totally all we're reading, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man.